Hi, I'm Amelia, founder of Social Climber, and I'm documenting my attempt to take my marketing agency from 6 figures to 7. You'll get the highs, the lows, and the mildly unhinged reality of building a business from the ground up. So if you fancy watching me either glow up or completely combust, hit subscribe. Right, let's get into what happened this week.
Good evening and welcome to Roy's Happy Hour. I'm Roy Alloway. Thank you to Nell and her voice of business. Good evening, Amelia Bateman-Wood. How you doing?
Good evening, Ryan. Very well, thank you. How are you?
You might have the most letters in your name of any guest.
And I added more to it by getting married and double
Yes,
barreling
you
it.
did.
Yeah.
And you were very impressed. I remembered your wedding from 2018.
Yeah, he couldn't remember
Seeing you in a band last year.
But you remember when I got married in 2018. So
Well, you know, it was a Guildfest. And in my defence, I'm paid via alcohol. That's all I'm going to say. We are going to be talking about Johnny No Show.
We are indeed, yes.
Your band.
The band, yes.
We will be talking about that. But just to set it all up, what is Social Climber? So that's what we're mainly going to be talking about.
That is what we're mainly going to be talking about. Yeah. So Social Climber is my business. It's a marketing agency. And I service... Sorry, you can hear them.
Yeah, you've got a bit of a voice going on.
It's like a little late night radio.
She had about 25 fags this morning.
That wasn't true. Social Climber is my business.
Yeah.
I work with B2B companies and aim to market them to their target audience. So via social media, blogs on their websites, creating videos for them. We've just started podcasting with a few of them. So treating them less like the boring...
Oh, you do podcasting. You're a competitor. I didn't realise
Absolutely
that.
not.
And you're filming tonight, so I'm expecting some really good snippets.
Yeah, this is the
some
payment.
Point.
Yes. Exactly.
Do you actually make websites as well?
I personally don't. Yeah, but I outsource it. I know some good people that do. Yeah.
Listen, if you've got a question for Amelia, it's via studio@radioworking.co.uk or the new WhatsApp. Woo! Been saying that now for 2 years.
Wow.
0741. That's 0741 343. You can remember that 343 0741 343 1991. So yeah. Send us a message and we will ask Amelia. Now, everyone chooses a song, Amelia, to be on this show. How come you've chosen this first one, which is some Fleetwood Mac?
Fleetwood Mac. So, actually, just quickly, I was going to choose Queen Bohemian Rhapsody, but I figured that it can only ever get played in full and that would cut too much into my talking time. So I switched to my other favourite, which is Fleetwood Mac, The Chain. And obviously everyone knows the riff, even if you don't know the full song in the middle.
So I'll tell you what we do. If you're really boring, we'll slip in Queen at the end. Is that fair?
I'm not sure if that's fair because, I'm boring, but let's see.
It's up for me and the listeners to decide. This is The Chain.
Hello everyone, it is Wednesday, I think it is. Let me just double check that because I actually have no idea. Yes, it's Wednesday. It's felt like a bit of a weird week already and it's actually bank holiday this weekend. So on Friday we miss a day. But I thought I'd check in as I am about to head to a meeting, but I'm not going to be able to film anything in there, shocker, but it's with a client of mine that I can't talk about. However, big client of mine and I have a really good relationship with them and I love working with them. The meeting today has 15 invitees. I don't know if all 15 are going to show up, but we will see. And it's a presentation, so I'm going to go in and present some things to them and also discuss what each of them need, because in a couple of weeks we got a meeting with the CEO and sales director, I believe, which is going to be a bigger, more strategic, like as a business overall, whereas today is a lot to do with like the content and how we're moving forward with that. So we're speaking to the BD team, heads of departments and other people that they wish to be like employee amplifiers of their company. So I'm going to present sort of how we've been going the past quarter with little bits of content and how they're split up, and then talk through what they need for the next quarter. So it's going to be a big meeting. I'm there for at least 2 hours and it starts at 3 p.m. So 3 p.m. till 5 p.m, which is pretty crazy. But like I say, thought I'd just have a chat because there's nothing that I can voice over because there's nothing to film. So I will catch up with you now, most likely tomorrow. So on Thursday morning, I had to get quite a lot of work done because, as I mentioned earlier on, it was a bank holiday weekend, and it was a Good Friday bank holiday weekend, meaning that most people weren't working on the Friday. So I needed to get everything sent off before having the Friday to the Monday off anyway. But then I also took quote unquote annual leave for the week. So I had to schedule all of my client socials in, or a lot of my client socials in anyway, because these were approved this week. And finish off some reports from the quarter before, because the Thursday was the 2nd, so I would have had all the data then for the rest of the quarter. Within the morning as well, I got a phone call from a prospect basically asking if I could go over to them in the afternoon because they were interested in having a chat, and they got referred via someone else, and yeah, they just wanted to have a chat, but they were like, oh, we're actually closed from tomorrow, well, from later on this afternoon on the Thursday, is there any chance you could pop in? And I was out to a client lunch, which I'll talk about in a minute, after working at home in the morning, but it was about 10 minutes away from where they were, so I was like, actually I can make this work. So I literally went straight from the lunch to there, but I will talk more about that in just a sec. The client lunch was actually very, very lovely and very casual in the end. Obviously, we discussed business and the next steps for this client. They are a new client that's come on board over the past few months. We've literally just done their branding for them, so their logo and their brand guidelines, and then it's moving on to the next iteration. So we had a nice lunch, nice catch up, and chatted about what's to come. As you can see, I didn't film any of the lunch. I filmed me working while I was waiting for them before they arrived, just because, once again, I didn't want to shove a camera in their face. So yeah, enjoy. From the lunch, as I say, I whizzed over to the prospect's place of work, and I mean really, really cool prospect because they are a guitar maker and they've just created a brand new product and they want to market this product. So I had a good chat with them. I was geeking out a little bit because of all the guitars they showed me around. It was a really good chat in some ways, but not so good in other ways, which I will chat about in more detail in a second. Hello everyone, I thought I'd jump on here now to finish the vlog. It's been a quick one. I think it's been less than 3 days. I started filming on Tuesday night, so Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday. So not a long amount of time, but it feels like quite a lot has happened in that space. It is now bank holiday, and then I've got the week off next week, which, if any business owner knows out there, you don't really get the week off, especially because I've literally just finished that meeting, which I'm going to talk about in a sec. But off the back of that, I need to send over a proposal, and it's currently 4:45 on Thursday afternoon. So I've got a bunch of other work that I just need to wrap up now. If I can get the proposal done, great. If not, then I'm just going to have to do that over the week. Sorry, the dog just boofed the camera. Yeah, so I have just finished up the meeting and it's a weird one. Don't know how to feel about it. So I feel that I back myself quite a bit in terms of when I feel something is right to do and when I feel something is wrong to do. And I'm not afraid to walk away from something if I think that it's wrong. And I think I don't like being taken the mick out of, and I don't like being manipulated, and that's definitely happened in the past. But I do think that there is merit to saying yes to things with a chance that it might not work out, and that's okay. And I think if you know that from the outset, there's been a couple of times, I think, especially recently, where I haven't necessarily thought, I thought from the outset that everything was going to be fine, and then it's not, and as in like you don't get paid, or someone ghosts you, or something goes wrong, or whatever, and then you feel like a bit of an idiot because you went into it so unprepared. Whereas if you go in with a deal, and I'm not saying it's like not being paid or whatever, but it's like being potentially paid less for your services than you would normally, because there's long-term gain for it, but that long-term gain isn't guaranteed. It's not someone saying in a year's time you're going to get paid 10 grand a month because the product's going to be selling exponentially. It's like it could never sell and you could never get money back from your time put in. And then it's weighing up. And with those sorts of situations, I look at if they've already had a business, or if the business has been going for a while, and how successful that has been. If I like the person, because that's huge. If I don't like the person, then I'm not going to do a good deal with them. And if I believe in the product or if I've got a passion towards a product, essentially. So I think with the case of this, the business itself, the guys itself, everything about it was like positive in that regard. And I think, like I say, the only person that I'm shooting in the foot is myself. So if that's the case, then so be it. I know I haven't really gone into detail there, but it's kind of more generalizing for you guys. Like if you go into a meeting and someone's either trying to get a discount from you straight away or trying to get you to work for free or trying to barter with you about trading your services for their services, have a little think. Don't just say yes in the moment. Have a think. Look at everything that's in front of you and just make sure that it's going to be worth your time, whether that's because you're going to be networking to a lot more people or getting into an industry that you want to get into, or it's not going to cost you money. I think that's an interesting point as well. But remember that your time is still costing you money. So my time is not the most free at the moment because obviously of how much I'm doing. I charge an hourly rate and I know what my hourly rate is. And when I think about that and think about sort of what I'm potentially doing, I'm not happy about it, but I can't think about it too much. So I've gone off on a tangent there and I've started talking myself out of it while I'm trying to give you motivation to maybe consider it, but also not take the piss out of yourself. So I'll think on that. I've literally just got back, so I've got a lot to think on. I'm going to come up with a little bit of like a plan of action for them, and then that will help me to figure out if it's something that I want to move forward with. If not, then I'm just going to give them the plan of action and say, you know, if you want to find someone else to do it, then that's absolutely fine. So I keep getting distracted by the dog. We're dog sitting, so you okay? You okay? But anyway, I am going to cut it here. I don't know how long this is. I don't know how many clips this is, but I want to say thank you so much for watching, as always. I have got a Manchester vlog coming up after this, so that's going to be a bit different again. I'm just trying to mix it up a little bit, as next week is, like I say, I'm on annual leave, so working the first half of the week and then the second half of the week heading to Manchester. So I will be vlogging while I'm there. So I will catch you in that video.